Further call the September 27th, 2023 commission meeting to order. Roll call, please, Jeff.
Bob Houston.
Present.
Monty Kisner.
Present.
Ryan Johnson.
Present. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Need a motion to accept the agenda as presented.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? 3 votes for, 0 against. Need a motion to approve the minutes from September 20th, 2023.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? 3 votes for, 0 against. Resolution number 23-87, approving agreement with Apollo Information Systems Corporation regarding election security services. I need a motion.
So moved.
I'll second that. Jeff?
So that is the Secretary of State's office requires me to have this assessment done. It's paid for by the Secretary of State's office, and we've been involved with them since 19. We've been doing this since 19.
With Apollo?
Yeah, name change in the middle of it, but yes, same company.
Same company changed their name in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
And is it one of the Secretary of State's pre-approved?
If not, you have to pay
companies
for
that
it
they
yourself.
recommend it?
Yep,
And you said the Secretary of State's office pays for this.
yes.
They're the group.
They require the assessment every 2 years, but then we can go use our own company, but it would cost us.
Sure. And I got a call from someone right before this meeting, so apologies that I didn't have a chance to talk to you beforehand. But they were asking about their access to our data, our IT, and those kinds of things, and just some questions about.
So they
about
provided
that.
a firewall for us, an extra firewall. They deal with our IT, which is MarkWise. They take him and they work together. And
Mark will be here when they're doing it like last.
oh yeah, no, they communicate mostly with him.
Mark is Cass County's IT director. For those that
I mean, he has the technical piece of that. I don't know all the technical pieces.
And he works hand in glove with them on the security
Yep.
assessment. But they also walk through, not just the IT component of it, they also walk through physical security, your process, and all of those kinds of
Mm-hmm. The first time they came, they actually talked about how the building looked, how it's safe, I mean, they go through everything. They send us phishing emails to make sure we're not opening up bad emails, and there's a huge, it was probably a good week of dealing with them here, and then they came back and did some more throughout the past 4 years.
Are the other clerks in the other counties doing the same?
Sure.
thing?
Well, it's required by law every 2 years.
So this was passed by the state
Mm-hmm.
initially?
The Secretary of State requires us to have this done every 2 years. But they provide the
money to do it.
money to get the people. I mean, we paid nothing for that firewall except for the black boxes in the wall that holds the firewall in that box.
And then, are you directed to use Apollo by the Secretary of State?
No.
Or does he have a list of companies and you choose?
I have not seen a list. I've just used Apollo. Maybe I saw one at the beginning. It's been, like I said, 19 when I first started with this company. I don't have any reason to move from them. They've caused us nothing but good things, in my opinion.
Yeah. And we had a legal assessment done many months ago, and there was lots of conversation about the authority to clerk, the authority to commission, and that legal assessment came back. And this is just for the record, stating that the county clerk has pretty much every ounce of authority over the election process. You are the election official in Cass County, and that the county commission really doesn't have a whole lot of authority over you in this regard.
But I don't
County
outstep
commission-
that. I'm staying within line with the county commissioners.
And I know that the county commission very much appreciates you working with us on that, but by law, you don't have to. You could just pick this company and go forward with the unanimous approval, I believe. So, okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? Any other comments, Jeff? All in favor of resolution 23-87? 3 votes for, 0 against. Resolution 2387 passes. Resolution number 2388, approving a memorandum of understanding with the city of Cleveland, Missouri for jail services. I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Yes, sir.
Just like the last ones I've been here for, this just includes the city of Cleveland and I believe Garden City. What's the other one on the agenda today?
Yeah, Pleasant Hill's coming up.
Pleasant Hill, I'm sorry, yep,
Mhm.
yep. So it's the same MOU, changed the names on it. $75 a day to house their municipal inmates.
inmates in our jail.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? All in favor of Resolution 2388? 3 votes for, 0 against. Resolution 2388 passes. Resolution 2389, approving a memorandum of understanding with the City of Pleasant Hill, Missouri for jail services. I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Providing jail services for the City of Pleasant Hill. Any questions? All in favor? 3 votes for, 0 against. Resolution 2389 passes. Resolution 23-90, approving an agreement with HS GovTech Solutions Incorporated. Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Matt?
Yeah, so this is just an upgrade to our environmental inspection software. Our team currently uses a product from a company called HealthSpace, which was reorganized and renamed into HS GovTech. And they are rolling out they've already rolled out a new inspection software platform. It's all cloud-based, so it's a little easier to use, a little more user-friendly. And we're still using their old system. The system was around before I started the health department, so I couldn't tell you how long we've had it. But it's fairly old. We were curious what some other vendors might offer, so we got a few different prices from other places, and they were all astronomical compared to this. So the $6,000 annually. I think right now for the old system, we're paying about $3,200 a year, but we would get some new features with this system. The big one would be having all of our inspection data listed online.
So it's open to the public,
Open to
anyone
the
can look
public.
at any of the
We
inspections?
would just
you do.
have a link on our website, and they could click it, and it had every food establishment and every pool and every hotel listed on that website, and they could look at any inspection that we've done since we started the program, essentially.
Any questions from it?
No.
Might be eye-opening on that, huh?
Yeah.
All in favor of resolution number 23-90? 3 votes for, 0 against. Resolution 2390 passes. At this time, we'll open the podium for any public comment. Please step forward, state your name.
Dallas Register. One issue that I would ask a question, but I'm not allowed to ask questions, but something that you might consider. Here a year or two ago, the exposure of one of the courthouse computer cables was brought up, identified as a possible access to the computer system. And I would suggest that, if not already, that somebody follow up on that, see if that represents any kind of issues involved in election security. Thank you.
Thank you, Dallas. Any other more public comment? Please state your name.
Angie Good. Regarding the Apollo election security software contract or whatever this company is. So I have a couple of questions. So is it a law or it's required by the Secretary of State? Because those are two legally different things. And that's my one question for sure. Is it actually a law? If it's the law that's been passed, I would like to know that. Or is it required by the Secretary of State?
I'm sure after me and Jeff can find out and let you know for sure.
Okay. And then I know that we've used all these companies because we've used them and they're great. We trust them and it has a firewall. That's my security, my data, my stuff I've actually had my stuff stolen. And just a firewall didn't protect me. And our IT guy, great. You do know that we have foreign countries literally trying to get our data from American citizens, trying to take all of our stuff. They want our country. They do. I'm sorry if you guys don't realize that, but they do. And this is ways that they're getting in and taking it. And we're not stopping them. So we just need to be a little bit more diligent. That's all I'm asking. I don't know these people. I'm not saying they're bad people. I have no idea. But I don't trust anybody anymore. I'm sorry, I just don't. Thank you.
Thank you, Angie. Jeff, would you get with her after you? Anyone else open for public comment at this time?
So, this past week, we had a reader reach out to us and ask us a question, and it occurred to me that I didn't know the answer to the question, but I thought that you guys likely would. So this past legislative session, there was a bill, I believe it was Senate Bill 190, but I'm not certain on the number, but it had to do with freezing property tax for people 65 and older. And my understanding is that counties will still have to, would still have to approve this in order for it to be implemented in their taxing district. So I guess I was just going to ask, kind of open-ended, what's the status of this here in Cass? I understand you don't necessarily have to answer right this second, but for our reader, I wanted to go ahead and ask.
After the meeting, we have an executive session. I'll be more than happy to meet you after that.
Perfect.
Yep, good question.
But I just wanted to put the question on the record. And so, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else like to comment? Dave?
I have some questions. Regarding, my name is Dave Sims, regarding the Apollo Election Security Assessment Agreement that someone's going to sign. Wondered who'd read it, who's the county attorney. We're not all lawyers, so. But I have some concerns about it. I know nothing about this company, couldn't find out any information. It sounds similar to another one that has been started with a different name, and I can't tell you what it is right now, that is, was started by the man that was actually the founder and ran ERIC, which we all know now has done some damage to our systems. I'm not saying this is the same person, but I did read the plans of that system, and that's reads like that. So I really don't, I'm not accusing anybody or anything, but I think it stands that we need to be very careful that we're not jumping into from one hot pot into another. And it's easy to say, okay, Secretary of State told us to do this. I'm not sure that we have to follow that. Yes, we need to be checking our systems. But my question, I have mostly questions to you. Item number 1F on the contract says that the LEA acknowledges that it is not possible to guarantee that the testing will not impact the systems under test, and agrees to hold Apollo harmless for all ill effects that may occur during such testing. I don't know about you, but if I was running a business, I would cross that out. I wouldn't agree to that. It also says that they have the right to have access to all systems interrelating to our security system here in the county. And I think legally we need to check that out maybe, because if through checking our election systems, if they're interrelated, I'm not an IT person, but I know that would be an alarm to military people, that they might have access to other departments of the courthouse, having access to other people's information. We know that happened in California. A company had access directly, just supposedly to the election things. Now they find millions of people's records on a computer server that's been proven in China. All their Social Security, their family information, all of that. And that was only because they were supposed to be doing something with a county's election information. So I don't have the answers, but there are some real concerns, and we don't have to do this today. There's no deadline. I take stock, review it. I know it's easy to just do whatever they say, but we have to answer the law, not associations that tell us what it is. And so just reading this, again, it's a contract, and we're liable to it. So if information comes out of here that shouldn't, we now know there was information that came out of here, so let's deal with it. If we can help, we want to help. We don't want to cause trouble. So,
Thank you, Dave.
thank you.
Anyone else for public comment today? At this time, we'll close the public comment portion. We are going to go into executive session. As soon as we get done with executive session, we'll come back to the general session just to adjourn. So I'll need a motion.
So moved.
A roll call, please, Jeff. And we are going to go under RSMO 610.021.1 legal.
Bob Houston,
Yes.
Monty Kisner,
Yes.
Brian Johnson.
Yes.